Hey there, and welcome. We're all looking for happiness, right? But what if the real secret wasn't about chasing those fleeting moments of joy, but actually building a solid foundation for it? Today, we're going to dive into spiritual wellness, not as some vague idea, but as a real, practical compass that can guide you to a joy that actually lasts.
It's the big question, isn't it? The one we all ask ourselves. We're not talking about the quick fixes or the temporary highs. We're talking about that deep, resilient kind of joy that can handle whatever life throws at it. And the answer? Well, it might be hiding in a place we don't always think to look.
Okay, so let's get into this with a metaphor that I think really works. Just imagine for a second that you have an inner compass. Now, this compass doesn't point north. It points toward what truly gives you meaning and purpose. That compass, that's your spiritual core. Just let that sink in for a moment. This isn't some separate, isolated part of who we are. It's the very foundation. The idea here is that our spirit is what guides everything else, our thoughts, our feelings, even our physical well-being. So when that inner compass is working right, everything else just kind of falls into place.
All right, so what are we actually talking about when we say spiritual wellness? It's a phrase that gets thrown around a lot and can mean different things to different people. So let's clear it up and get a really solid, simple definition to work with.
At its very heart, it's all about this feeling of alignment. You know that feeling? It's that inner sense of, yeah, this is right. It's when your choices, your actions, and your words all line up with what you truly believe in. It's less about a specific set of rules and way more about your personal connection to what matters to you.
And that brings us to a really important distinction. Spiritual wellness can absolutely include religion. For many people it does, but it doesn't have to. It's a much bigger umbrella. It's about anyone's personal path to finding purpose, whether that comes from a specific faith, a deep connection to nature, making art, serving your community, you name it.
So, okay, we know what it is. But let's get to the so what, right? Why does this actually matter? What are the real, tangible benefits of paying attention to this inner compass of ours?
This is so key. Look, life is going to happen. Challenges are going to pop up. That's just a guarantee. Spiritual wellness isn't about trying to avoid those tough times. It's about building up that inner strength, that clarity and resilience, so you can navigate them without getting totally knocked off course.
And you know what? That resilience becomes a foundation for so much more. When you feel aligned, it just naturally fuels your personal growth. It empowers your decisions because you know they're coming from an authentic place. It even helps you forge deeper, more meaningful connections with other people. It's basically creating the fertile soil where joy can really grow in every part of your life.
Okay, I know this can sound a little abstract, but how do we actually do this? The best part is, you don't have to completely overhaul your life. Let's break it down into 4 simple, practical things you could literally start doing today.
And the secret here is that these are not giant, monumental tasks. They're small, daily habits. Take practicing gratitude, for example. It sounds so simple, but research actually shows it can literally rewire your brain to be more open to positive experiences. So whether it's just a quiet moment of reflection, a few minutes of meditation, or doing something for someone else, each one of these little actions helps you recalibrate that inner compass, one day at a time.
So as we start to wrap this up, the one thing I really want you to take away is that this isn't some destination you have to struggle to reach. Your journey to feeling more aligned and finding that sustainable joy, it can start right now, today.
This right here is the whole ballgame. We live in a world that is constantly screaming at us to do more, be more, achieve more. And this is an invitation to just stop. It's not about adding more to your to-do list. It's about aligning what you're already doing with who you really are. So I'm going to leave you with this question. Just think about it. It doesn't have to be a huge life-altering choice. Maybe it's just deciding to take a 5-minute walk outside, or calling a friend you haven't spoken to in a while, or just taking 3 deep breaths before you start your next task. What's one small thing you can do today to honor that inner compass? Because remember, every long journey really does start with that first step. Your personal path to a deeper, more lasting fulfillment, to real joy. It all begins with that one small intentional choice you make for yourself. And if you're feeling ready to explore this even more and you want some fantastic tools and resources to guide you, I highly recommend you visit joyoptions.org. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Here's to finding your true north.